everybody. My name is Darcy Marie Boles, and I am a remote first work consultant at Shift with Darcy Marie, which is my consulting firm. I've been in the remote and travel space for about 8 years, leading remote teams. And now I help companies from Series A to C really understand how to make remote work for them and their culture, because it is very true, if we've learned anything over the past few years, that there is no one blueprint for remote, and really helping companies understand what remote means to them and how to really codify that operating rhythm to get the most out of their employees and the most profits out of the business. I think some people might consider me a digital nomad, which I would not consider myself that at all. I have a home base in San Diego, California. I live there because I love the beach. I love to have a solid community. It's really important to me. I'm close with all my neighbors. I have all of their phone numbers, keys to each other's houses. That's really important to me. So Slowmadism is really about going to a place for a longer period of time. It doesn't really work for me personally to bop from location to location, switching environments all the time. I need to feel really grounded and to do my best work and to help my clients the best that I can. So Slowmadism is really going to another city, another country, maybe another location for a longer period of time. So let's say 3 to 4 weeks. For example, I went to Mexico City for a month to take Spanish, to take salsa lessons, to immerse myself in the culture, to feel grounded, to get to know my neighbors, but to also have that grounding to be able to get my work done, but in a different environment. So really how I look at Slowmadism is in that way. And I'll actually tend to schedule a trip if I know I have like a new project starting, or I need to get in a new headspace to brainstorm, maybe writing articles or writing a book or whatever that might be. And so that change of environment can really help, and to just immerse myself in a new culture and in a new environment, but also focus on my work in that new space. I think there's a lot of benefits, new perspectives, being able to meet new people, being around a different language, using my brain in a different way can unlock new ideas. I call it in some ways kind of active recovery, especially in the US. As a US citizen, we don't culturally take a lot of time to process, to sit and think about the meetings we've just had. We go from meeting to meeting, from job to job, and sometimes for me, it's really helpful to be and work a fast-paced kind of role, or fast-paced with my clients, but be in a really calm, kind of slower island environment. Maybe and I'm not talking about just working from the beach all the time. There would be sand in my computer and there was no way I'd get anything done. I really think it's beneficial to just be in a new space and be able to just focus with everything around me being different. So, I learned some challenges pretty early. It can sound very romantic to say, all right, I'm going to go work from this exotic location. And you're like, well, I'm going to fly there on Saturday. I'll have Sunday to unpack and I'll start working Monday. Do you know if the Wi-Fi is super solid? Is there really a desk in the place that you booked? Do you have groceries in the fridge? Have you exchanged your money? There's a lot of planning that goes into having a successful Slowmad or nomad trip. And I think that gets overlooked and not a lot of people talk about it. I will always tag on 4 days of no work, and having at least 4 days when I'm traveling to a new place to be there for a long period of time to get settled. I ask questions to the hosts beforehand about internet speeds. I check reviews. I spend a lot of time planning to ensure to set myself up for the best success possible when being there. And again, padding those few days for airline delays, all of these things that could happen probably will happen, and you should plan for those so you can feel really ready to dive in to work on the day that you said you're going to for your clients or for your company. Do research on cities and places that welcome digital nomadism. It's a hot topic right now, and there are a lot of local communities that are pushing back on digital nomads, and that's probably not an environment that you want to be in. That said, there are some digital nomad communities globally that are literally set up for digital nomads, specifically with governments, specifically the island of Madeira, Mauritius, Cabo Verde, Pipa in Brazil, can check out Nomad X. There's some really, really strategic governmental initiatives where digital nomadism is really creating a community and regenerated economies. So I think that's something to really note as a digital nomad when you're going off and you're looking for that type of community. I would search for those places where it's welcomed and set up for success. There's co-working spaces and things like that. I'll also reiterate on what I said before, over plan. Over plan. Just plan for mistakes, plan for travel delays, plan for your stuff to get stolen, get insurance. Like, just know that traveling comes with a lot of outside forces, and you need to be very flexible and make sure to pad your days enough that you are going to set yourself up for success. I think it's only going to grow, but not without a lot of red tape that will soon be put in place. We're going to see continued globalization of communities. I think there's both good and bad to that. People are going to live in places that align with their values, therefore creating more values-driven communities, creating more benefits for our environment, a lot of benefits there, but also that's not without perhaps pushing certain communities out. So it's one and the other. So I think it's really important to note that there's both good and bad that come with all of this. And just to know that as you may become a digital nomad, start slowmadding, start traveling more for leisure and work and that work-life harmony, just understand your values, do a lot of research, and make sure that you're aligning yourself with with your belief systems and your value systems. Because if you do that, you're gonna have a much better kind of result and experience versus just kind of going to the most popular place.